Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Leanna. Today I'm going to be talking about my favorite gluten-free and dairy-free snacks and desserts. I mentioned when I was talking about my health problems that I have to have a special diet, and this isn't by choice. I do have just issues with certain foods. Those foods are, of course, gluten and dairy. I'm not vegan. I still eat meat, certain kinds of meat anyway, and it's just that I can't have any kind of dairy, be it from cows, from goats, no dairy. So I figured I would put together this video because I'm sure there are many of you out there who have one or both issues, and maybe you're looking for some new snacks that you can buy at stores. Now, I am based in Canada, so I don't know how widely available these are outside of Canada. I'm sure some of them are, and maybe some of them are just here. But I'll go through the list and kind of talk about what I like about each one and where I've been able to find them here. So if you are in Canada, at least you'll be able to look for them at those places. So I've kind of split all of these snacks into different categories, starting with crackers, crisps, and chips. So we have the Christie's Good Thins. I'm going to move over a little bit so that way maybe I can insert some photos for you. So the Christie's Good Thins, I find these at Shoppers Drug Mart primarily, but I'm sure you can find them at some grocery stores as well. My favorites are the cracked pepper and sea salt flavor, as well as the original rice. These do come in a lot of different flavors. You can find them on their website, so you can kind of scroll through and see which flavors you might be interested in. Do note that some of their flavors contain cheese, so obviously they're not all dairy-free, but you can find that out easily on the box. It doesn't say that it has cheese. There you go. So yeah, my favorite, definitely the cracked pepper and sea salt. They kind of remind me of these things called sun chips that I used to eat when I was a kid. I'm sure they're probably still around. I'm not sure if those are gluten safe or not, though. Haven't had them in a really long time, but they have a really nice flavor to them. Just a hint of like a spice, but really nice. Sometimes just plain rice crackers don't have a lot of flavors, so I really like those. I really enjoyed the Simply Protein chips in salt and pepper flavored. I've only tried these once. They were a sample from well.ca, and you can buy packs of these from what I've seen. They come in like little snack size pouches, and you can buy them in different amounts. They do have more than just that flavor. They have different varieties. So you can find them on well.ca. You can find them from Amazon. I'm not sure if they're sold in stores because I haven't looked for them. Some of their other products, they do have like energy bars and things like that, contain whey, and whey comes from dairy, so they aren't all dairy-free. But these were really good. They had a lot of protein in them. They're from pea protein, so it's completely safe. And they were very filling, very crunchy, not too salty, but like just salty enough. Very nice. The Enerjive Rock Salt Quinoa Crackers, horrible. I got these at a place called Angelo's. I'm not sure how many Angelo's locations are still around. They kind of closed down for the most part, except for a few here and there. But they would probably be available at sort of like Whole Foods type stores. That's what Angelo's is kind of like, fresh food markets. And they were expensive. They were between $8 and $9 for a fairly small amount, like a box this tall and this wide. The crackers themselves, again, very small, like small, and they tasted like a cardboard box. So I don't recommend them, although they do come in different varieties, and maybe the other varieties are good. The type I had was just the rock salt flavor, and it was just dreadful and left a really bad aftertaste. Martin's Crispy Apple Chips. These are found at Costco as well as online. The only flavor I've had is the original flavor, and these are literally apple chips. They're like little round, segmented apples that have been sort of dried out and dehydrated, and you just eat them, and they taste like pure apples. I don't think they have any added sugar to them, so they're very healthy. They taste really nice. If you don't want to have salty chips, maybe you want something sweeter, this would be a great alternative. They do have a few other flavors. I saw online that they have like a cinnamon flavor, and they have a chocolatey drizzle and caramel dream flavor, which are probably not dairy free, but they don't have the ingredients list online, so I don't know. I wouldn't be able to tell without seeing it in its store. But they are very nice. You can get them in very nice big packages. So, I mean, that's the great thing about Costco. Everything comes in a big size. So yeah, very nice. Also very good are the Popcorners popcorn chips. These are also at Costco. They're in a lot of different stores. You can find them at Costco, grocery stores, specialty stores. They're pretty well everywhere. Again, they come in a lot of different varieties. The only one I've tried is the kettle corn. And they do taste exactly like kettle corn. So they're a little bit sweet, they're a little bit salty, and they really satisfy both the sweet and salty craving that I get. They're very good. Some of their flavors with the cheeses contain dairy, so again, just be careful. Granola bars. I've tried a lot of different granola bars. My favorites are definitely the Lara Bars, although they are for sure more expensive than a lot of other varieties. Now, the cheapest places to get these are at Costco, Will.ca, and Amazon, because you can buy them in big boxes. My favorites are the peanut butter chocolate chip and the peanut butter for the bars, and then they also have bags of little bite-sized ones, and I've tried those in mint chocolate, which were very good. And these are honestly made with so few ingredients. Their base is made with dates, medjool dates. And then they add ingredients on top of that. So they're very healthy. They fill you up. And you actually feel like you're eating dessert without the guilt, really. The peanut butter chocolate chip is so good. I feel like I'm having like a peanut butter chocolate square. It's very good. The Taste of Nature bars, I actually have one near me because I figure I'm going to want a snack very soon. This one is the almond flavor. These are found at Costco. I get them in boxes of 18. Now the boxes of 18 are usually set to just 3 specific flavors. You have the almond, the cranberry, and the Brazil nut. If you want to try other flavors, you won't be able to find them in those boxes. My favorites that I've tried are the Brazil nut, the dark chocolate banana, and the cranberry. Some flavors I've noted on their website do not contain specifically gluten-free oats. So when oats are being processed, there's a chance that gluten may be cross-contaminated in oats. Oats are kind of hit and miss, especially for a lot of people who are celiac. So if that's a concern for you, then just don't eat those flavors. And even if you're not okay with gluten-free oats, then you might not be okay with these bars at all. They are all dairy-free. They're all non-GMO. They're very good bars. They still have a little bit more sugar than what I would like in some of them, not all of them. They have reduced sugar varieties. Made Good granola minis. I've found these at Costco in a big giant bag that featured both the chocolate chip flavor and the mixed berry flavor. And what they do is it comes in a big bag with lots of little bags inside, snack size bags about this big. And they're under 100 calories per serving, and they have 1 serving of veggies in each bag, which is quite cool. You don't taste them. Like, they have shiitake mushrooms in them, but you would never know. They don't taste like that. So let's say you have a pretty picky eater at home and you want to try and get them their vegetables, that might be a good option. And the last granola bars I have to talk about are the Irresistibles Chewy granola bars. I believe these are found at Food Basics. And my favorites are the dark chocolate and cherry. These again taste very good. They taste a little bit more like a dessert, but they're actually quite a bit lower in sugar than, say, the Taste of Nature bars. So I don't have as much of that sugary taste in my mouth, but I still get the sweetness, chocolatey effect that I want, which is nice. And the dark chocolate and the cherry go together really nicely. Next, moving on to cereal, we have Barbara's Puffins. I've really been enjoying these lately. I found them at Farm Boy initially, but you can also shop for these online at well.ca and Amazon. My favorites are the cinnamon, definitely the cinnamon, and the berry. I haven't tried any other flavors. Now, not all flavors are specifically labeled as gluten-free, which is strange to me because the ones that are labeled gluten-free have the same ingredients as the ones that aren't. So I'm not sure if maybe the ones that are labeled gluten-free are from newer flavors and boxes, and maybe they just haven't caught up with labeling all of their flavors gluten-free, or what's going on there. They do say, regardless of whether it's gluten-free or not, they do say right on the box that it is processed in a facility that processes other foods, so there could be a risk of cross-contamination. Obviously, if you're highly, highly sensitive to gluten, and I mean, I'm sensitive, but it really depends on the situation, and these haven't bothered me so far, but that's one of those things where you want to kind of eat at your own discretion, you know? Are you willing to chance it or not? But they taste really good, and again, in terms of sugar levels, they're a lot lower than other cereals. They have about 5 grams of sugar. Some cereals are closer to 10. So they're not horribly sweet. I find a lot of, for example, the Chex cereals, which are also gluten-free, if you get anything other than the original flavor, they taste sickly to me. They taste sickly sweet. I don't like super sugary cereals, so yeah, I like these. Now, speaking of Chex cereal can be found at most stores. It's a very popular variety of cereal. I prefer just the original Chex because while they don't have a lot of flavor to them, as I mentioned just previously, the other flavors are very, very sugary and sweet. So the honey flavor, the blueberry flavor, the cinnamon flavor are just not for me. Kids who enjoy sugary cereal might prefer that, or if you're an adult and you like that too. God, there's no light today. Canada. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so you can control the sweetness with the original flavor if you want to add a little bit of sweetener to it, or if you want to add berries and fruit. That's what I usually do. If I have the Chex original cereal, I can just add something to it. You can't take away the sweetness from the other varieties. So, yeah. And you can use the original Chex cereal for recipes as well. That's always a good thing. They have recipes right on the box, or you can look online. Lastly, I want to mention gluten-free Cheerios. These are found at most stores. However, they are not approved by the Canadian Celiac Association. And I didn't know this, so I bought a box back when they were first released here in Canada. And I had a reaction. It was kind of slow and built up. So at first, after my first bowl, I thought, well, it could be that, but maybe it was something else, because I think I was trying a few different things. But after about the third bowl, it was like, oh no, it's definitely the Cheerios. And I looked online, and that's when I started seeing all these stories about people who were trying the gluten-free Cheerios, and people who have more severe gluten intolerance than I do were ending up in the hospital because they were not properly labeling their cereal and telling you that they have pretty bad cross-contamination with their gluten-free Cheerios. So I would say no, don't do it. Unless your intolerance is very, very low, I would just not risk it. Because I would say that my intolerance level is mild compared to a lot of people. I mean, I have reactions, but it's not anywhere near as severe as people being sent to the hospital. And if this can send people to the hospital, just don't risk it. So next we have biscuits and cookies. We have the Kinnikinnick Kinnikritters. That's very hard to say. They're found online on well.ca and amazon.ca, as well as some specialty stores. My favorites are the original and the graham style. Now these are animal crackers. They're gluten-free animal crackers, that's all they are. But they taste really good. The original almost tastes a little bit like a shortbread flavor. And then the graham style is obviously just that. It tastes like graham crackers. And I believe they have a couple more flavors, but I haven't tried those. Kinnikinnick is the brand, and they have a ton of gluten-free, dairy-free stuff. So the GoGo quinoa cookies. These are found at Costco, and I believe you can find them on well.ca. And I've only tried these in chocolate chip. I'm not sure if they have any other varieties, but these come in a pretty big pouch, and the cookies themselves come in individually wrapped packages, so you can kind of have one, you can have two, and they do taste a little bit healthier. Not in a bad way, like you don't taste the quinoa. You can see the quinoa, but you can't really taste it. They taste sort of like a hard oatmeal chocolate chip cookie. They taste really good. I could see, again, people not liking it because they can see the quinoa in it, and maybe they're thinking, oh, this is going to be too healthy, this is going to be gross. They don't taste bad at all. They taste very nice. Next we have breads, buns, muffins. Now, I get a lot of this stuff from a local bakery, so I can't really tell you all of that. So I only have a few things here. I have the Essential Baking Gluten-free bread found at Costco, and this is in the super seeded multigrain variety. Again, really big bag. It comes with 2 loaves inside, and it's nice, thick, squishy bread. You have no idea how much gluten-free bread is like small and skinny and hard, but this is actually like nice and thick. You can pop it in the toaster. It actually becomes toasted on top. And it has sort of like a honey flax flavor to it. If you've ever had that type of bread, that's what I would most easily describe it as. So it does have a slight sweetness flavor to it, but with a little bit of tartness at the very end. So I feel like you could eat this with jams and it would taste good. You could eat this with a sandwich and it would still taste good. So sweet and savory meals on this bread would work. It's a versatile bread. It's nice, so nice to have a thick, squishy bread. If you don't know what that's like, to have it like missing in your life, and then to have it, it's so good. The Schär, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Schär gluten-free hamburger buns. I found these at Angelo's. So again, I'm guessing that you would be able to find these at health food, whole food type of marketplaces. They come in a pack of 4. They are very small and they are expensive. They average out to be about $2 per bun, but they are very good. If you put them in the freezer and then warm them up in your microwave, they microwave very well. They warm up well. They're not going to fall apart. If you're eating them, you put your hamburger in the middle Again, it's not going to fall apart on you. That's the trouble with some gluten-free foods, is that they tend to fall apart either when you're warming them up or as you're eating them, and that just doesn't happen. It's very nice and dense. It tastes almost like a white bread. I haven't had white bread since I was like a kid. But like a Wonder Bread type of thing. That's what it resembles. But yeah, they're very good. Do have kind of a high sodium content, but that doesn't bother me because I don't eat a lot of sodium. And that's really all I have for this category because, like I said, I buy local. Can't really help you. Milk and hot chocolate. Blue Diamond Almond Freeze milk is what I tend to drink. It's found at Costco if you want to get them in large amounts, or it's available at pretty well every grocery store if you just want to buy it by the smaller amounts. I just drink the original unsweetened flavor. They do have a lot of other flavors. Because I'm usually not drinking this on its own, I'm usually pouring it into cereal or hot chocolate. So it doesn't really bother me if it's sweetened or not. The Camino Hot Chocolate is found at well.ca. I've only had it in the original dark hot chocolate flavor. This is not instant, so what you have to do is microwave your choice of milk or milk alternative in the microwave in a mug. And that took me quite a few minutes to do. And then you take it out, you pour the chocolate in and you mix it up. And that usually leaves a lot of extra residue on the bottom. However, there is an instant hot chocolate. It's hard to find instant hot chocolates that are vegan. The Castle Kitchen hot chocolate, also found at well.ca. I really, really like the caramel hot chocolate. The mint one is good too, but the caramel one is really good. And this one, all you have to do, boil some water, pour it in the mug, and mix it up. That's it. And you really don't get a lot at the bottom of your cup like you would with the other one. So pizza and cheese, Daiya or Daiya, I'm not sure how you say this brand. Pizza, you can find these at most stores actually. And my favorite is the margarita flavor. It has quite a few different toppings on it. And it has obviously some cheese and some sauce. The crust is gluten-free and the cheese is dairy-free. The crust is like thinner, but it still has some substance to it. It doesn't taste like cardboard. The cheese is good. The toppings are good. It doesn't taste like pizza, you know, but it still is the best alternative I've come across so far because I've tried gluten-free, dairy-free pizza from Panago and it's horrible. I've tried making my own pizza using a pizza crust from a local bakery. Their pizza crusts are wafer thin and don't hold together so well. So this is definitely the best I've had so far. Now for actual cheese, I love Earth Island cheese slices better than the Daiya or Daiya brand. You can find this at some grocery stores and specialty stores. You can actually also order it online and they'll ship it to you with refrigerator packs. This brand is also called Follow Your Heart, so if it's not Earth Island, it'll be called that. I really enjoy their cheddar, smoked Gouda, and provolone cheese. And they come in square cheese slices. I think it's 10 slices per pack. And they last a long time out of the package. Again, with Daiya or Daiya, you only have 6 days after opening the package to consume it. So with 10 slices, that can be a little bit tricky. This, I don't really have to worry about it so much. It lasts quite a bit longer than that. And it just tastes like real cheese. It tastes really good. So sauces, dressings, and margarine. Becel Vegan, you can find this anywhere you can find Becel, so it's pretty well everywhere. And it doesn't have any dairy product in it, but it tastes just like regular Becel. However, I don't think it comes in the larger sizes like regular Becel does. It just comes in the smaller tubs. Sanjay sauces. You can find these online and in some grocery stores. I really enjoy the Thai peanut sauce, the orange sauce, and the teriyaki sauce. The peanut sauce in particular is really nice in a chicken stir fry. It adds a lot of flavor, a little bit of spice. Like if you add too much, it's a lot of spice. But it's really flavorful, and the orange sauce is nice too. I like the Daiya salad dressing you can find online and in some grocery stores, and I usually just have the Caesar dressing. It's better than regular Caesar dressing, to be quite honest. It's really good. Last but not least, we have sweets. All the sweet stuff. Daiya Cheezecake, spelled with a Z instead of an S. Cheesecake. I find these at Lara Bars. My favorites are the original and the key lime. These taste like cheesecake. They taste just like cheesecake. You have no idea how much I had missed cheesecake until I found these, and I was really, really happy. So they're about this big in size. I usually cut them into about 8 different pieces, and they're like they're a frozen cheesecake. So I mean, I eat what I want and then I put it back in the freezer, and they stay good. So that's a cheesecake alternative. And the rest, I think, here are chocolate bars because I love chocolate. So the Endangered Species chocolate bar, found at well.ca. I really like the dark chocolate with cranberries and almonds. And I believe a portion of their proceeds go to endangered wildlife charities, which is very cool. The Giddy Yoyo chocolate bar, found at well.ca. I really like their raw organic dark chocolate orange and their raw organic dark chocolate mint. Both very good. They kind of have a chewy center to them, which is very nice. The chocolate orange one reminds me of a Terry's chocolate orange that you would get at Christmas time. The Walker's chocolate bars, you can find these at some places like Farm Boy and Angelo's. They're big, big bars. Very big. I've only tried the peppermint, but it was so good. It has an actual like liquidy peppermint center, kind of like the York peppermint patties, I guess you could say. Now with this one in particular, it doesn't specifically state that it is dairy-free. It does not contain dairy ingredients, but it's probably one of those cases where it may have had cross-contamination somewhere in their facilities, so it's just something to note. I haven't had problems, but again, some of you might. And that's it. Those are all of my snack recommendations. I hope that you found this helpful if you were in need of some new snacks and you are gluten and or dairy free, or even if you're not and you just want some new snack recommendations. So I post Mondays and Fridays here on this channel in the afternoons Eastern time, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye guys!